There we are. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, might I introduce our crimpers to you. And first up, together, if the other person doesn't arrive, if the other person does arrive, excuse me, they're going to be doing it together. But if he doesn't arrive, they're going to be doing it individually. And I want you to put your hands together for Sean, who's from the woods, and Dan, who's also from the woods, who are hogging the limelight, ladies and gentlemen, because they've just been up here performing for us. So big round of applause for they. As you can see, they're putting on their Cornish Pasty Association aprons now, without which no crimping is at all possible. And then, last but not least, in any way, shape or form, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to put your hands together for my very good friend, Cornish royalty, ladies and gentlemen, Cornish royalty of the finest, so I don't mean Prince Charles, I mean, please put your hands together for Colonel King. Here he is. There is, oh, and flying by the seat of my pants, ladies and gentlemen, which is not a pleasant sight, I can assure you. So, Sean and Dan are now going to be crimping together, so their pasty might have a double crimp. And now we have Steve. Hello, Steve. How are you? All right? From the countryman? The countrymen. Steve is from the countrymen. And what is that, Steve? Pardon my asking. A vocal harmony group, which is something that's completely alien to me, obviously. Sorry, Steve. There we are. So, Steve, Sean, Dan, Colonel King, Graham is going to demonstrate to you the mystique, ladies and gentlemen, the mystique and the alchemy of the crimper's art. So here we go. We've got all the ingredients here. We've got sliced, not diced, potato and onion in here, haven't we, Graham? And swede or turnip, depending which part of the county you live in. We call it swede up on the north coast, probably because we're slightly closer to Scandinavia up there. And then, is this skirt beef? Graham, am I right in thinking? Is this skirt beef here, ladies and gentlemen? They do say you can use chuck steak. Is that right, Graham?
They do, but I prefer a bit of skirt.
Graham likes a bit of skirt. Sadly, it's all male contestants, Graham, and that would be inappropriate to comment on that any further, but it's skirt beef with potato, onion, and sweet or turnip, depending on where in the county you're from. Now, as we know, Graham's loading up the pasty here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just, look, so you put down, would you like to tell us how you've loaded up the pasty there?
Basically the vegetables, and the top is the meat. So as the meat cooks, the juices come out, forms a gravy, and puts the supplements back inside the vegetables. But before it's crimped, it's seasoned with a good salt and pepper seasoning. And you can decide how much of that to put in.
Did you get that, ladies and gentlemen? So you put the meat on top so that the lovely meat juices run down, and the flavour then goes down into the vegetables. And of course, you must season them. We buy local pasties sometime. If the daughter's making them, she's tight-fisted with the salt and the white pepper, and they're no good. But if mother's making them, mother puts plenty of salt and white pepper in them, and they're fantastic. Brilliant. So having got the ingredients on the disc of pastry, you can't see that from down there, can you? Am I painting a good enough picture for you, ladies and gentlemen, or not? There is a circle, and Graham has turned the circle of pastry over now. Could you hold it up so they can see, Graham? There we are. That's the circle of pastry. There we are, and fold it over. So we got that here now with the ingredients in it, forming a little parcel. You can hold the parcel up, Graham. Or are you watching, contestants? There we are. Look at that. See, now that isn't crimped at the moment, just in case you was wondering. So what we've got to do now is we've got to watch Graham very carefully as he crimps this. Now, is it true, Graham, as we know that in some parts of Cornwall, people have more fingers on their hand than others? Yes. Now, is it an advantage to have a lot of fingers on your hand? 7 on each works for you. Brilliant, yes. Does it make the crimp more accurate, or does it just speed it up? Smaller. It's a smaller crimp. And that's what you need, apparently, a smaller crimp. Is it a smaller crimp that's advantageous to a large crimp? Yes. Graham's prefers a small crimp, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what Steve, Kerno King, Sean and Dan will be trying to achieve in just a moment. Now he's going to demonstrate for them. Take it all in, boys. Can you see over there? Come round, look. Come round this side, look. There we are. Go on, in you go. There we are. Here he goes. He's folding the end in. Ladies and gentlemen, the end is folded in. It's folded in. It's tucked in and folded in. There'll be no gravy coming out of that one, I can tell you. He might as well have stapled it and super glued it. That's magnificent. And now look at the speed he's going with them 7 fingers on each hand. It's a distinct advantage. Graham, that's brilliant. That's a beautiful thing. Now that's easy, isn't it? I only wish I could do one myself, but there you are, I can't. I've got to hold the microphone. Look at that, big round of applause for that, ladies and gentlemen. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It's a work of art. That should be down in the Tates and Dives, I've got to say. Be better than a lot of the crap that's down there. There we are. So everyone now is got, you all right with that? It's sort of semicircular, Steve, isn't it? Yeah. Do you sing any songs about pasty, Steve?
No, we don't. Songs about Cornwall, but not about pasty.
Not about pasties. No. Well, maybe do you compose any of your own songs in the Countryman?
One of the band ride songs, yeah. And again, pasties hasn't come up yet.
No.
Yeah.
So tin mine and fishing songs, they got no pasty songs. Maybe that's one for the future. Now we come over to royalty now, ladies and gentlemen. So a big round of applause for Steve to start with. He's bravely stepped up here to do this today. And he, no doubt, will be singing as he crimps. Now, another round of applause, please, for Cornish royalty. The Kerno King, please.
Thank you very much.
Have you ever crimped a pasty before, Kerno King?
Yes.
And when was that? Would you like to tell the ladies and gentlemen?
I did crimp one once down with Aaron's pasties down on the Lizard. That was the only time I've done it, because there's so many more people that make better pasties than me, like mum, grandmothers, that I don't see the point in me trying. I'm better off getting a good one. Do you know what I mean? No?
I think he's going to do a fantastic one, ladies. I can feel it in my water. It's going to be brilliant. And I think yours might end up in the Tates. I think they're all going to end up in the Tates and Dives. And I'm looking forward to that. As I say, they can move some of the rest of the stuff on. Now, Sean and Dan, you've got one each now. And we've gone up to 4 competitors now then, Graham. That's fantastic. Now, do you sing any songs about pasties, Dan, in your group, The Woods?
Not yet.
You're concerned with more contemporary social issues, presumably. All right, well, we'll ask Sean instead. Sean, you were playing the, what do you call that drum thing you were playing? Can you enlighten me?
It's called a cajon.
A cajon. That was that box that Sean was sitting on. He's banging out the rhythm earlier. Now, do you think you're playing guitar? Your fingers are obviously dexterous. Where are you from? Bodmin, isn't it? You've only got 4 fingers, though, but you're from Bodmin. That's funny. And what about you, Sean? Where are you from? You Bodmin as well. And you've only got 4 fingers. There you are. It's not true what they say, ladies and gentlemen. They've got 4 fingers on each hand, and they're going to be very dexterous because they are musicians. One plays the cajon, and one plays the guitar. So, should we have a little finger warm-up before we start? Can you all hold your fingers out to encourage our competitors, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give them a little wiggle. A little workout wiggle before we start the great crimp off. There we are. Now, is the blood flowing through your fingers? Now, you haven't been doing anything unspeakable with your hands before you start this, anyone, have you? They're all nice and clean, yes? You sure? Oh, there's wet wipes there. That is just as well. I might need one of them. Ed, I think you better. Kerno King had better have one, because I saw him backstage earlier. It wasn't a very edifying sight. There you go, Sue. There we are. Are we ready for the big crimp off? Now, Graham, when you're crimping in a professional manner, do you use wet wipes to clean yourself off beforehand? A complete shower, do you really? Yeah. Caroline certainly hosed me down in the backyard the other day when I came in, with the power hose. Yeah. So, I think we're just about ready to get started, are we? You can see your ingredients in front of you. You might have to share the meat, or else you're going to have a vegetarian pasty done for you. And of course, that's not a real pasty in my book, but there you are. So, without further ado, would you care to charge your pasties with the ingredients? There we are, just as Graham showed you. Sliced potato, onion, and swede. No heck, Colonel King, you missed the pasty then. It's going everywhere. Look at that, it's all over. It's all over the shop here. Sean, that's very neat. Dan, that's a bit of OCD up here with the vegetables, ladies and gentlemen. So, you're sprinkling from a great height now, I see. Colonel King, do you think this holds an advantage, sprinkling from a great height?
I've seen them do it on telly. They sort of do it like that, don't they?
Was that Rick Stein does it that way, does he? Yeah, brilliant. And we've got a very fine bit of sprinkling going on here. It's just going to have a look at Steve. Steve, your meat is, pardon me, I'm not on about your meat. Your skirt beef is slightly at the side there, isn't it, Graham? Am I right in being critical like that or not? He's not observing the FSA. You like, yeah. Right. Now, if you get your pasties folded over, Graham, I think that's the right thing to say, isn't it? We're going to get them folded over your ingredients and just squashed down. And I think what we'll do then is hold them up for the audience to see. So if anyone wants to open up a book to start taking bets on who they think is going to be the finest crimp, we can do it. Well, that's lovely. Steve, hold yours up. Let's have a little look. Colonel King got a lot of filling in his. Yeah, can you hold it up sideways there, Steve, so the ladies and gentlemen can see it? See that, ladies and gentlemen? That's an uncrimped pasty. It's uncrimped, there. Beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful thing. As we're saying, that's one that Graham prepared earlier, ladies and gentlemen, as they say in all the best TV programs. Now the Colonel King's got his, there, round of applause for his, ladies and gentlemen. Preparing for his crimp. And the busy fingers of Bobman are over here. There we go, look. That's Sean, that's looking potentially very good, Sean. And Dan. What's that, Dan? Close that little bit there up, look, because all the gravy's going to come out. And Mother will be furious because you got all over the floor. How's that? All right, now I think the boys have done very well here, Colonel King. What do you reckon? It's coming on nicely, isn't it? For Bobman, it's exceptional. Yes. There we are. I don't think we're having what we're going to, we have awards, ladies and gentlemen, for, before we start, no one's got crimper's cramp, have they? Anyone got crimper's cramp? Are you all warmed up sufficiently? Yeah. And I was going to ask Graham as well before we start. Now, there's always a delicious little bit on the end of a pasty, ladies and gentlemen. Someone I heard called it the pasty dog end once, but I don't think that's right. My wife calls it the nublet, and Colonel King, he calls it another thing. What do you call the lump of pastry on it?
The nevek.
The nevek. Now, do tell the ladies and gentlemen what the nevek is, because I ain't got a clue.
It's the Cornish word for heavenly.
Oh, it is too, especially when it soaks up all the gravy, isn't it? So if we get a nevek, or nublet, as Caroline calls it, we generally give it to the dog.
This kind of feels like dirty chat we should be having in front of lots of people.
It's nice though, isn't it? Yeah, I'm glad we got all the wet wipes here. Anyway, what do you call it, Graham, as a professional, the nublet, or nevek, or dog end?
More boring, I'm afraid, it's just the tail.
The tail. Well, the tail is good. Yeah, the Cornish tail, which we've all got, of course. They're all tucked in our Calvin Klein, so you can't see them up here, ladies and gentlemen. They too are. They're also giveaway signs of Cornishness, like the fingers. So, all right. Are we ready to make a start, Graham? Yes, lovely. Right. So we're going to have a countdown, ladies and gentlemen, from 5. Okay, and then our crimpers are going to get going. There's going to be a prize for the best crimp, which Graham is going to judge. And then there's going to be a prize, sadly, for the cringiest crimp. All right? And there is certificates for the winners and losers. So, can we count down, please? From 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Crimp away. There we go. Look at these fingers going now, look. You sure you never crimped a pasty before? I reckon you're right. That's Steve getting on down here. Steve, you went singing. That's good. It's looking good here, Graham. This Colonel King doing this is oh, they're all just about halfway along, ladies and gentlemen. All about halfway along. What's that there, Dan? What's he done? Dan, what are you doing? That's coming on. Here, Sean, you've practiced some here. You've done this at home with Mother. No, you haven't got a home, did you say? There we are. The Colonel King's got a beautiful one here, ladies and gentlemen. They are all very good. Dan, that suddenly came of age, didn't it? Look at that. That isn't too bad. I'm just trying to make him feel better. It's crap. Sean, let's have a look at this one over here, Sean. Yeah, he's still going here. I don't know how he does it. But the Colonel King has finished his crimp, ladies and gentlemen. And that's looking, it is better on the right-hand side, isn't it? Yeah. Steve, how are we doing it? Look at that. It's looking very special, I gotta say. So Graham, are we all done? Yes? All done? I think what we'll do, round of applause for our contestants, ladies and gentlemen, please. I think what I'd like to do is this. I think in turn, each of our contestants can hold the pasties up for you to see, and Graham will talk us through how brilliant or otherwise the crimp is. All right? Is that good, Graham? Right. So Steve, from the Countryman, who hadn't been singing, he was concentrating on his crimping. Please show the ladies and gentlemen and Graham. There you are. See, that's lovely, isn't it? Round of applause for that one. It's pretty good. Now, what's your impression of that one, Graham? Nice and loud in the mic.
Well, Steve said that was the first pasty ever made, and it looks like it. But it's very good. Slightly folded rather than crimped. A good shape, well filled.
A good shape, well filled. And what about the pasty? Yeah. Good shape, well filled, Steve. Are you proud of that? Is it the first one you've ever made?
I'm very pleased with that, yeah, thank you.
He's very pleased. So there we are. Good shape, well filled. Now we're coming down the line, ladies and gentlemen, to the Colonel King, who's going to hold it up for you to see. Round of applause. That's magnificent. Where have you put your mittens? You used to wear mittens when you crimped it, wouldn't you? No. Now what do you think of that one, Graham?
What I find very attractive is not only has Ed put seasoning inside, he's put seasoning outside. It's a bit of steak to show it contains meat. The shape is slightly unusual, but artisan in its own way.
Artisan in its own way. So that's a love. Are you pleased with those comments, Colonel King?
I've never been described as artisan. So delighted.
In your own way, nonetheless. It's fantastic. Yes. It's like a pasty, but not as we know it, Graham. Is that what you would say? No. Here we are. Now look, it's Sean here. Sean, hold it up. Now look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Bodmin boy for you. A Bodmin boy with 4 fingers on each hand. You haven't even got 6 on the right hand, have you? It's just 4. Fantastic. Tail's hanging out. There we are. Graham, what about Sean's?
I'll press his tail down for you. Really good shape, very well filled, and a tidy crimp.
Tidy crimp. A tidy crimp. Sean looks like he's a favourite at the moment, Ed. And Sean is looking like he's a favourite at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. But there's still Dan to go. Yeah, I think you've won, Sean. No, Dan, you want to hold that up. Ladies and gentlemen, be ready to avert your eyes. Oh my God! Oh, that's terrible. Now, first impressions, Graham.
First impressions is, I think if they shared the pasty together, he would have stood a better chance. Most unusual pasty on stage.
Most unusual pasty on stage. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. So well done, Dan. Big round of applause for all our contestants, ladies and gentlemen. They've been great sports. And now, it's for Graham to judge, first of all, Crimper of the Year 2017. Who shall it be?
But before I do, I've got a little surprise for Ed.
Little surprise for Ed.
His son Percy was a bit too shy to come on stage, so he's crimped a pasty backstage, and here it is for his dad.
Look at that. Percy's made one for Kerno King. Percy is Kerno King's boy, and he's made this pasty for his father. He made that for father. Do you want to come on and give a wave, father? No. No. He's too shy to come on. But that was good, wasn't it? There we are. Fantastic. Yeah. So, Graham. How? Best crimper. Best crimper is Sean from Bodmin, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Sean. And we got your certificate there somewhere for Graham to present you. There we are. Sean looks very moved, if you can't tell from down there, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's just shed a tear. Is that genuine emotion on your face, Sean?
Indeed it is, yeah.
Do you think you'll be taking up professional pasty making after this particular interlude in your life?
Indeed, yes.
Good. Rather than playing the box thing you were on, the cajon. Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Sean. Crimper of the Year 2017. And now Graham is going to present the prize for the cringiest crimper, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder, who shall it be, Graham? Here we are. Here he is. Oh, the tension's building here. Sorry about that, Derek. It was a close run, right? Yes. Yeah. You can't run away, Dan. You've had it. A thoroughly deserved prize for cringiest crimper of the year goes to Dan. And we thought with those guitar playing fingers, you have been fantastic, Dan.
I think I'll just keep with the music.
Yeah. It does look like a bit of an alien, doesn't it? A samosa. Oh yeah, a Samoa.
That Indian snack.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a samosa. Is it? Well, anyway, whatever it is, didn't a bloody pasty, is it? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Big up round of applause for Graham from the Cornwall Pasty Association, who's given all these gentlemen lessons on how to crimp pasties with his 7 fingers. And they've all done very well. They've only got 4 fingers on each hand, these gentlemen here. So we got round of applause for Dan, for Sean, for the Kerno King, and for Steve. Thank you very much, and we maybe see you again next year. We can come, I'm sure you can come and have a little look at the pasties if you want to, if you compare it. Thank you. See you directly. Bye.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you, all you contestants. Thank you for your lovely crimping fingers.